Alright, time for the draftphysics.com video presentation. So, in the recommended videos is this little horror from the Brozo, so I figure we'll have to watch that. Yuck. Oh, yuck. It has Brozo in it. Yeah. Oh, pain, the pain. I'll have to change this. Audio settings, have to prepare myself for this. Alright, somewhere around there might be enough. Enough of him anyway. Oh, so far so bad. Well, actually, this is the good part. He's not talking.
Hello. I don't really want to watch this, but...
Then why are you doing this? Why the fuck are you people doing this? I mean, I make videos deliberately for the purpose of them being responded to. You explaining the video, explaining what's wrong with the video. And then, instead of those, you find the most disconnected possible video, in the sense that these videos are just an explanation of me trying to work out how to do an experiment. They're not the experiment. They're just trials. And I'm just being honest and just showing the process of evolving the experiment. And you're finding something about that to critique? You fucking petty pieces of shit. I mean, I beg you to draw a lever for 2 years, and this is what you respond to. I mean, amazing. Fuck.
I said I would. Give it a go.
I fell asleep.
Having to listen to this crescent. Give it a go, then.
Alright, time for another draft science on YouTube. Draft physics. Well done. So, you know, what, is this a trial video? You could say, well, I'm just trying out and see if I can actually play a video, blah, 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 blah. .com, debate physics.
What's with all this? That's a new thing, isn't it?
Oh, okay. Maybe there really isn't any point, right? Yeah, this is, I'll just title this, I guess. It's another junky Steven shit video. Oh, god damn.
It's like he's doing a Cliff Richard impersonation. Hello, guys.
You're doing the Mr. Hanky impersonation. You can't just be more of just a stupid piece of shit. A talking piece of shit. Presentation. Anyway, trying to make a leap. So you can't hear it, right? I can't. Yeah. So, yeah, real well done video. Let me speed this up. This is going to be interminable. Oh God, I just hate this planet of assholes.
Trying to make a lever experiment. Yeah, it's so difficult to make a lever. Turn him up a bit.
No, the difficult part is the fact is you have to use the energy that goes in to make the lever work. So it kind of fucks the experiment, because part of the thing with the whole point you're trying to do is convert all of the energy, and it's really hard to convert all the energy when you have to use some of it to run the experiment. Fuckhead. So I'll play a video.
Oh, it's turned down here, that's why. Turn back down there.
Of just the first video. Tried a couple of different ways of doing it.
Oh, so he's doing the first one, right? This was 21 hours ago, so the second one had already been made. And now there's a third one.
Doing it like a big, heavy, hard steel bar, and too heavy. Okay, so, but I was thinking that maybe if I suspended it, in the air, suspended it. Yeah.
Why is everything so funny? Suspend it, yeah. So I'm just gonna stick this.
Because it's kind of a funny. It's like levitating it or something. So it's So yeah, to me it was funny. Yeah. Levitating lever. Yeah, okay, it's a little bit funny.
Top up of me monitor, so I don't have to hold it all the friggin' time. I'm gonna roll a fag. I'm supposed to be stuck.
Oh, could you just drop dead, please?
I've been smoking all the intention, but I'm having some difficulty lately. So,
I'm glad I can't hear him.
what doesn't help though, run out of tobacco. I'm just relying on re-rolling a few. I didn't finish smoking before. I want to say I'm sick of smoking, but in a way I'm not. Kind of. Anyway, this is relevant to the subject. Just let me get it over and done with.
So it was clever. He turned up the volume on the video, and then he got further away from the webcam, so now his volume's way down. Yep. Brozo. I make a video. I have to choose something. So don't be something.
I want to be able to concentrate on what he's saying instead of being distracted by wanting a cig. He doesn't look mental there at all, does he, with his eyes popping out? Every time you stop a video of Gary's, it always comes out him looking like a nut job.
Whatever. Look who's talking. I mean, he has cleaned up a little, right? Doing his little hair slicky thing and, you know, hiding his face. So, it's kind of funny. He bought himself a new shit jacket.
But then again, when you don't freeze framing, he still comes out looking like a nut job.
So what the fuck is this? This is pill taking hour. What the hell is going on? What is the point of this? I mean, 17 minutes of this? I have to speed it up even more. Oh, fuck.
Conclusion? Draw your own. Anyway, why is it taking him 2 years to do this experiment?
Oh, look, he's making himself a cigarette. Isn't that cute?
Important. Why?
Why? Because it proves there's no 1/2 mv squared. The fact that levers convert momentums and they conserve momentum means there can't be any 1/2 mv squared theory, because levers would create free energy. That's why. Idiot.
Because clearly the subject isn't important to him, really.
All subjects of fact about our existence are important to me. I think it's really important to exist in reality, not to exist in some moronic fable, asshole. Now, you don't care because you're sort of a nihilist, self-centered retard, okay, who wants to, whatever, lick babies or something. So you don't identify, okay, with, you know, things I think are important. That's understandable because you're a deviant, fucking, retarded, fucking piece of shit. So of course we don't agree.
Here we go.
Alright, time for another.
What the fuck am I...
Somehow this is important enough for him to do this shit. Right? So somehow my unimportant subject is important enough for him to make a video trying to, in some way, counter my unimportant statements about the unimportant subject. Amazing. But he won't do it to the videos I specifically point to and say, these are the videos I want you to refute. Mock these videos. Don't mock this video. Mock those videos. So anyway, he hit the wrong button, which is doable with YouTube, right? They have this stupid go to the next video button for no goddamn good reason. Why the fuck do I want to go to the next random piece of shit video? Why would I want such a fucking idiotic button?
Alright, time for another draft science on YouTube. Draftphysics.com, debatephysics.com. Video presentation. Anyway, I'm trying to make a lever experiment. So I'll play a video of just the first video. Tried a couple of different ways of doing it, like a big, heavy, hard steel bar, and too heavy. Okay, so, but I was thinking that maybe if I suspended it, you know, in the air, you know, suspended it, yeah,
we understand.
and then had it, you know, on a floating fulcrum, you know, this is stiff, but, you know.
Yeah, well, you've played it 3 times now.
float, that maybe this would work. It sounded really nice. So, when the thing hits it, you can hear it. But yeah, not much velocity out of it. So anyway, this is just a proof of concept kind of video, so I'll just let it run. And it needs a lot of work right there. The first roll wasn't much of a success. Anyway, so it's just a pencil, a little nick I found works pretty good as a fulcrum. So we just put in, what do I do with a piece of metal here? You just put a little nick in the middle.
Hold on. Where's your quick release mechanism, Cadbury?
See, again, you point out how this is just a proof of concept, just working on the experiment. This isn't the final product. This isn't anything to debunk. I'm not making any proof or statements based on this. And what do? This nonsense. I mean, amazing. So it would be better if I didn't make any videos showing the process. That's the argument, right? So they're basically saying, no, don't make any videos honestly showing the process of trying to make the lever work. No, we don't want to see that. That's unimportant crap. We'll mock that if you put that online. But they won't go to the videos I specifically point to and say, refute this. Those videos they won't play. But this video, this trial balloon, if you want to call it something, this they'll critique. I mean, amazing, petty, weaselly behavior. What assholes are on this planet?
A little nick. So you're not even relying on a pencil. You're not even relying on a nail that UK lines that I use when I use it.
Of course, there was a nail for the nick to fit into. Yes, there is.
Oh, it's an actual bearing. If you're going to use a pencil.
It's called a fulcrum, okay? They do draw it as a triangle sometimes. It's not a bearing. It's just a pivot point. All you want is a pivot point.
To be accurate, at least chop off the funky end, so that it's equal along its distance, along its length.
Who cares? Again, it doesn't matter. It has nothing to do with anything. It's such a minor, minuscule detail in terms of whether or not you can convert the momentum. A little here, a little there, all of that won't make any difference to the concept.
Okay, I'll get it.
See that? And that's it against the nail. And that's all you really need.
So, this is how unfussy you are about an experiment. Okay, so it's just a proof of concept, but the concept is worthless if you're not at least trying to do a decent experiment. You're just doing it as roughshod as you can. Slop?
Doing it as simple as I can. That's right. As uncomplicated, as few things to fuck with it, to keep it simple, stupid. Yes, exactly.
P. Okay.
It can rotate without rubbing on anything. It works pretty good. I think it's going to work pretty good. I mean, I haven't got brilliant results yet. So I would argue that in some cases I'm getting more than 50%. Okay, so
well, how are you measuring it? You're getting more than 50% what?
I can see it, you stupid fuck. I can see how fast it goes from here to here. One frame it goes this far. One frame it goes that far. Yeah, I can see that, fuckhead.
How are you measuring this? This is so unscientific, it's ridiculous. You've got no...
it's ridiculous. It's so stupid. Again, what is your point? You can't see. I have little crap taped together. I have a pencil to just see if this is a possible way of demonstrating the effect of the lever on this little micro scale to see if it's doable. That's all this is for. Oh, amazing.
Means of measuring what you're talking about. No, we'll see.
To get 100. Yeah, I'm getting more than 50, so at least that's something. And there's no indication of any reflexes, so there's no bouncing happening. But clearly I'm losing way too much. But that's okay. It's just the first try. So this is just a one mass coming in and a one mass coming out. I'm just going to try to get that to be as efficient as possible. So I will.
So you're ignoring what physicist Michael told you about energy being lost to the fulcrum?
No, I'm arguing that he has no right to say 50% of the energy is always lost or some kind of nonsense like that. I'm arguing that you could probably get to 90% efficiency, and that's all I need to do what I have to do. I probably just need 80%, but I'm just saying, yes, it'd be better to have 90% efficiency. So if I can just lose, if I only sacrifice 10% of the energy to the movement of the lever, big win. So that's what I'm after, you moron. Oh, God, you're stupid.
So, the way you recollect him saying that...
I couldn't give a fuck what he says, frankly, okay, what a physicist says. I mean, they've had 300 years of believing in a fable for which they have zero evidence. They believe you can have any amount of momentum you want come out of a spring. they believe that, it takes through 9 times the fuel to go 3 times as fast. They believe nonsense, okay? So why the fuck would I think that's an authority on anything? I'm not going to follow his instructions, even walk into the bathroom, frankly. I don't think they have the right answers about how reality fucking goddamn works. Neither do you, fucknut. Your Lenz's law kind of photon. Photons are magnetic. Yeah, no, not quite, fuckhead.
What did he say? 30? Yeah, I guess well, something like that anyway. But it's not like hitting a one mass into a one mass and one stays still and the other one takes up the velocity of the first mass, is it?
That's the idea. Yeah, that's exactly what it could be. That's the whole point. That if you can reduce the losses to the tiny bits of lever movement, that's the ideal. Fuckhead.
According to the theory that physicist Michael said anyway,
Do something better than a pencil. Try simple things and see if I can get something.
So again, he's arguing somebody else's theory that he doesn't even understand and that he can't in any way defend. Because he doesn't understand any of it. He's just arguing from authority. This is Michael says so. Well, don't you believe in the believers? I mean, don't you believe in the believers and the believers of the believers? I mean, don't you follow just believing because other people believe and you should believe because we're all believers? Huh?
Like
just look at this track, we're going to part every mass thing.
80% or something better than that if possible.
How do we know? Because it's so foolish. How do we know that those tracks that you just...
You don't need to. I'm just saying, you can't see it for yourself. I'm just saying, how do you know? You can't tell the difference between something that's going half as fast as something else. I can tell that. I can see the difference. That looks fast. That looks slow. I can do that.
Tap back into position because it came off. How do we know that they're parallel? Because if they're not parallel, you could either have the effect of gravity pulling it down X wider at the end, finish end, or it could go in.
Oh, gravity has nothing to do with this one, I'm afraid.
Effectively uphill, if it's the opposite case, like it's wider at the...
Yeah, no, there's no uphill, there's no downhill, it's not a real issue, blah, blah, blah.
Release time. It's fairly worth examining, really.
But I mean, frankly, this experiment should have already been done. Physics should already have the answer.
Physicist Michael and other people should have already done this experiment.
No, 300 fucking years you've been saying something's true. Yes, you should have done the experiments proving it's true. That's right. Oh, it's just hilarious. So they really don't think science has to prove anything. They don't have to show you it taking 9 times the fuel to go 3 times as fast. You people are just incredulous.
Forgive me.
Just do these things by proving experiment. It shouldn't be. I shouldn't have to be doing this on my basement floor. This is
That wasn't that run there. Just go back. That ball, supposedly in contact with the pencil, isn't in contact with the pencil.
Yeah. So what? I'm doing like whatever 20 runs here. I'm just playing with it to see what happens, to see if any of them do the right thing. It doesn't matter if this one's touching, it's not touching. It doesn't matter whether it starts back here. It doesn't matter. None of that shit makes any goddamn difference. It's a proof of concept, fuckhead. Not a proof of some statement about reality, dumbass. Oh, God.
Just go back a little bit more.
Experiment. It shouldn't be.
It's rolled away. It's rolled away from
Oh!
This is how undisciplined and uninterested the guy is in trying to do.
Oh, it rolled away! And that whole run is ruined! Oh, all the runs are ruined, you idiot! Oh, with a fucking pencil! Shit! Oh, if they sold shit on the open market, you couldn't buy. This is like priceless shit.
Experiment diligently.
It's on my basement floor. This shouldn't be how physics is proven.
Well, it's fucking like you don't care if physics is proven. It's so ridiculous.
It's just ridiculous.
Yeah, this is ridiculous. I agree. The pencil there, you can see, wasn't free to rotate properly. It just came to a dead ball. It's quite easy, isn't it? Can go back a little bit.
It's proven. It's just.
It's not free to rotate, is it? It's not like my arm.
Yeah, that's right. It's supposed to rotate, you fucking idiot. It's no purpose in it rotating, you fucking idiot. It's not its purpose. Its purpose is to do this. That's all. Not rotate.
Or Mind of marbles or disbards or mine. Anyone else uses yours and yours alone is as sticky as it can be. Totally unreliable piece of evidence.
Yeah, you're not doing an experiment that has anything to do with discovering the truth. So again, rotating levers doesn't really have anything to do with levers, frankly. Nobody rotates a catapult. They don't go, oh, let's go 470 degrees. No, they just need that 90 part. Fuck ass.
At all. They claim it takes, they keep saying these ridiculous numbers. 9 times the fuel to go 3 times as fast.
Keep to the subject, just talk about this. Stop trying to straw man the argument, talk about all your other crappy arguments, stick to this.
Oh, so that's a straw man. So the whole point of me making this video is because they don't have any evidence. They haven't done any of these experiments. They haven't tried to find the truth. And one of the glaring ones is this, whatever, 16 times the fuel to go 4 times as fast. These are glaring statements by physics that just about everybody should say, oh, fuck, that can't be the truth. That's just nonsense. So if your theory is dependent on that being true, it's got to be rubbish. And reasonable people should be able to say that, for fuck's sake. But you're all such whiny little cowards. You can't muster the integrity to say, yeah, that doesn't seem right to you either. I really don't think that's, if your theory says that has to be, then yeah, your theory's probably shit.
Crappy thing that you constructed in 5 minutes.
16 times the fuel to go 4 times as fast. 25 times the fuel to go 5 times as fast.
Is this all we've got to look forward to? You just repeating what you've said the last 2 fucking years, every fucking day?
Yes, until you respond to those actual remarks. Why don't you explain to me why it makes perfectly good sense to you that it takes 25 times the fuel to go 5 times as fast? Why don't you explain how race car drivers are just losing gasoline all over the place? Their car goes from 5 miles, getting 5 miles to a gallon to going to getting, 5 feet per gallon.
Fast. And the same for impact.
I'm not interested in this experiment because you're not even talking about this experiment, you're talking about other things. You're a fucking waste of time.
They say if you're going 5 times as fast, you're going to do 20.
Am I really supposed to sit here and listen to you wobble a load of shit? Talk about this experiment.
So it's shit. That's what it is to him. These paradoxes, these circumstances that don't make any sense in conventional physics, that's a pile of shit. That's not worthy of discussion. It's not worthy of mention. Nobody should talk about that glaring deficit. And this is related to the deficit. I'm pointing out why don't we already know the answer to all of these experiments? Shouldn't we already have on a table somewhere like a multiplication table, like it's already written down somewhere, all of the permutations? Oh, you hit a 1 mass into a 2 mass, this happens. A 1 mass into a 5 mass, this happens. Shouldn't that all be written down somewhere already? Jackass. In 350 years, they couldn't find a pencil to write it down with?
Not something else, you moron.
5 times more damage. These aren't realistic statements. It's crap. They should prove their crap theory. This makes extraordinary claims. It should come with better than crap evidence. And it certainly should have to be, I should have to be, they should have proof. They should have evidence. I should have to prove
They should have supposed to be talking about the experiment that you're doing, not other than that.
First stage, and hopefully,
Much better. Yeah, I liked it that way. Alright, back. Let's see if this speed is tolerable.
Work on a little better, but
Fine time, you've got fuck all else to do with your life, man.
Oh, whatever. Yeah, right. All the videos, thousands of them, are online, going through all kinds of physics subjects. I played like 100 physics lectures. It's a lot of content, fuckhead. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, and you're just demonstrating how little time you've devoted to understanding any of these subjects.
If you've got an hour every fucking day to talk shite, the same shite you talked about the day before, and the day before that, and the week before, and the month before.
Oh, right, and you type shite, okay, about whatever, how you and your friends like to go out to the store and lick other people's food. Ugh.
Or the year before that. If you've got all that time to waste, then you've got time to spend constructing a half-decent experiment worth watching, and not this piece of fucking...
Oh, okay. Again, so what's the argument? Again, so the argument is don't show the experiment in progress. I just thought it would make sense to do that, just to show the process. Hey, look, this is what happens. I didn't know what was going to happen. I did the experiment. This is what happened. Sort of interesting. For what it's worth. What is the harm in publishing that? I'm just trying to explain. I'm just trying to understand why you have a problem with this process of me putting these videos up and you making the choice to say this is interesting or it's not interesting. I mean, that's not putting too much pressure on you, is it? Like you have to hit the button that says stop because you're not interested in what the fucking pencil does? Fine, don't be interested. I'm not obliging you to be. I'm not making some critique saying anybody not interested is a total asshole. No, but I'm saying that maybe some other people would like to follow the same trail I'm following of reasoning about how to best do this thing where you're trying to minimize the amount of energy the experiment steals from the experiment. Yeah, not an uninteresting puzzle. It's like solving a little bit of a mystery. And maybe some other people would also say, yeah, that's interesting. So I published it. And that's it. No other reason, no other motivation, nothing else. And you're critiquing that. You see what an asshole you are? You're punishing somebody for publishing extra content. Yeah, like that doesn't have any value. But that's your whole attitude. You think these videos should just be buffooning videos. We should just do little, we should quote mine, take little jump cut clips, you know, put our little Simpsons did it quote in there, do some other kind of little nonsense, and that should be video on the internet. That should be all people are entitled to, is crap like your videos. Amazing.
Crap. It's not even Blue Peter level.
And find something better. The ideal mechanism. I mean, obviously wood isn't too good because it doesn't.
Obviously, this is what you call a draft, a rough draft, right? This is like you do the pencil drawing of your painting, you know. Not complicated at all, really. It's just a rational part of the procedure. What works? Okay, when I figure out what works, then I'll do it, engineer it prettier.
That's the least of your worries.
What it does is absorb energy. It's fibrous, so it's not the ideal thing to hit. This, with a nail, is they just have layers of plastic underneath it, and so they just kind of slide across each other quite well, so it's pretty, you know, it's not like it's going to spin 100 times, but I mean, yeah, it's pretty liquid. I don't think I'm losing too much in the fulcrum itself.
Well, it's funny that when we have a fulcrum that's shown to be perfectly free to rotate.
So again, he's talking about rotating. He doesn't know what a lever is. Levers don't rotate, retard. That's not the point of a teeter-totter. Is to spin around in circles.
Okay. You and Toby claim that it's energy is lost to friction, accounting for why we get a result.
So you just made that up. Sorry, you just made that crap up. Yeah, that's what you just did.
Supporting kinetic energy theory. But when you do it, it's good enough that it'll rotate, you know, a quarter of a turn before it comes to a dead halt. You're a complete fucking hypocrite.
So, big fat lie. I'm not using two different pencil levers and then saying the two levers are the same when they're not the same. Like you roll two things and one of them's hollow and one of them's solid, and you don't even understand that, you know, your whole point about rolling them is somehow important. I'm going to make the two things roll the same. And then you don't even understand that if it's hollow and if it's solid, okay, it means the dynamics are going to be completely different in terms of how it's going to roll and how much energy it's going to store in rolling. And you're too stupid because you haven't spent any time, you don't understand any of the theory, and you're just doing what you're demonstrating as shit talking. Shight talking.
A complete fucking lying sack of shit hypocrite.
The heavy steel bar, you know, just really wasn't good enough. So,
you don't say. You don't fucking say. What about taking a tip from Michael Fowle? You equal Michael Fowlwell, moron. Why can't you take a tip from him and invest some of your $4,000 where it is you're trying to bribe somebody into listening to you?
Whatever all this crap is again. What tip? He didn't do a lever. He doesn't do lever experiments. Where's his lever experiment?
with. Why didn't you use some of that £4 to buy 15 quid worth of carbon fibre?
Why would I do any of that? No. Why would I buy anything? That's your strategy, and then you blame other people because you waste your money. And you blame somebody else for you wasting your money. When I clearly say, don't buy it if you don't have to. That's stupid. Yeah. I don't buy anything I don't have to buy. That's my strategy. That's how I live longer and prosper. Is don't fucking buy things you don't fucking need.
Which he did. He's a family man. He's got better things to spend his money on. But he made that.
Oh, and he doesn't. That's the whole point. He's a family man, whatever you want to call it, a slumlord. It's disgusting that any moron is allowed to procreate. Disgusting.
Sacrifice. He made the effort to drill it carefully, to do the experiment diligently, and the fucking cunt, like.
So again, what experiment? Experiments that aren't relevant. And then when he does, like I said, he did this idea of dropping shit on a spring, but frankly, we didn't get to see any of the details. So why should I sit there and say, yo, great video, when, no, I really can't trust it. I really don't think it comes out that way. So just like with Ian Gosling's, hidden clay experiment, I think the truth is that you're going to find out eventually that springs don't store twice the compression, isn't 4 times the energy. Okay, as much as you saying you think that's the truth, I think it's absolute nonsense. And I think that truth will be revealed when those experiments are done well.
You comes along and tries to disparage it by talking endless shit about it, making all sorts of crappy claims about it. Ditto Ian Gosling, who you think is called Iron Gosling or something. Ian Gosling is called. Ian Gosling.
Well, yeah, who fucking cares? Again, we don't even know if that's his real name. But anyway, continue.
Called not Iron. You fucking giant.
Fuck you.
Think about that. It still hasn't. Moving this much mass with a ball bearing. Probably weighs 4 times, 5 times. Probably more than that. Probably.
Yeah, why don't you know how much more he weighs? You should fucking know.
Who cares? Again, it's not relevant. All that matters is it going to require it to use more energy out of the experiment? How much energy is it going to steal, from the conversion?
Oh, you should have some proper half-decent scales. It only costs about 10 quid, for God's sake, you tight-fisted.
So again, he keeps talking about whatever these quid things are. I don't know what quids are, but frankly, it doesn't sound like a good thing. Doesn't, $10? Well, I'm not spending $10. Fuck you. I have to, I live in America, okay? So in America, you got to pay $10,000 a year just to live, in property taxes. To pay for other people's kids, you have to go into the poorhouse. So, on a pensioner's income, very low pension, a pension that just barely covers my taxes. That's what I have. That's what I have to live on, fuckhead. I don't have money for cigarettes. I can't buy tobacco. I can't do any of that shit. Fucking asshole.
Miser.
He's 10 times as much as more bearing. So obviously it's not an ideal choice. But anyway, we'll see. I'll keep playing with it.
It's just shocking, unbelievable that this prick has been pontificating for 2 fucking years about this subject.
Right, and posting videos that are 5 minutes long, but you can't respond to anything longer than that, and you still won't respond to the actual videos just talking about the actual physics. And instead are doing this shit, whatever this shit is. Notice these.
This is the culmination of his efforts. This piece of garbage here.
Alright, so that's what you get, right? So I guess I need to put something in here. Don't take this video too seriously or something. I mean, you didn't get the whole volume 1, volume 2, volume that, the idea was going to be that this was going to be a progressive thing. This isn't an opus. This isn't the culmination. So that's a big fat lie. This video isn't intended to make any other statement than this is how the process of figuring out what works is a lever experiment. Period. That's it. A cheap version. This is how you do it when you don't have facilities, and you don't have a laboratory, and you can't do it in some fancy way. This is the way you have to do it. That's what this is. That's what the tape is indicating. You retard. Oh, amazing. And why am I having to do it? Because the person who said he was going to do it really isn't going to do it.
And we'll see what we get. But I'm really this should be by somebody with better facilities than I have to do the experiment.
Physicist Michael, why are you trying to take him to the post, so to speak?
Because he's already conceded he has no interest in doing the real experiment. That's why he's made it quite clear. He has no intention of trying to figure out how to do the experiment the right way, and he just intends to do it sloppy, shitty, rubbery ways that keep confirming his free momentum theory.
Alright, so we're going to comment on the physics Michael video. Leave it, watch video, blah, blah, whatever. So I'll talk about this.
Has he already done it? I've missed that.
But I guess I'll find out when I do that. So anyway, first video of, we'll no doubt more than one. And so until next time,
So he's playing it again.
Presentation.
Oh, half an hour of critiquing now, Physicist Michael. Well, I'd better have a look at Physicist Michael's experiment. I guess.
Oh, he didn't even look at that video, so he doesn't even understand why I'm making this stupid lever experiment, why I'm wasting my time on this experiment. He doesn't even understand that context, that the only reason why I'm doing it is because, yes, it's kind of obvious that no one else will. No one will do this simple experiment.
Time, but I do have other things to do. Better things to do than watch a fucking lying.
I hope one of them is dropping dead.
Good shit. Fuck off, Gary.
So, yeah, I don't know if I'll bother with comments until I pre-read them to see if, you know, blah, blah, blah. I mean, really, there's no point. If they can't keep these comment sections clean, then I won't be doing any more of these response videos to anything they have to say. Alright, so I'll pause and take a look. Yeah, I've had a whole bunch of crap here in the description. Hilarious. Anyway, oh, so look, he's putting his email after the title of the video. Interesting. Alright, if he's in the mood for doing experiments, I'm clearly not. I state right in the video I'm not in the mood. I don't want to do this. It shouldn't be my obligation. Amazing. Why isn't he doing the simplest one he said he would, decide things once and for all? Which one is that? The one with no rotational component to speak of, no fulcrum complications, just an object, any object. He says it doesn't have to rotate. So he keeps doing this, the idea of shooting things, and I've already explained how that one's theoretically impossible for you. You'll never get it to go 4 times the distance. You're just proving your launching device is a piece of shit. You have no evidence that you launch things at twice the speed or half the speed. You have no evidence of what velocity they had when they left. And physicists, every single physicist on this planet, I think, will tell you that if you shoot it with twice the velocity off a cliff, it's only going to go twice as far. And it will go twice as far. It has to. Because gravity going down is separate from your vertical velocity. The two aren't the same. They aren't, the forces are independent. So he still doesn't understand that argument, even though I've said it to you, the audience, maybe a dozen times now. He still hasn't heard the argument, I guess, is his claim. But I can't believe he's going over this again. I just, it's so fucking pathetic. Let's see, his own quick release elastic bands works just great. I pointed out in the experiment that it's still not right, you know. I mean, it was enough to prove you a liar and an asshole, but the experiment still was under, the things were going less than twice as fast. But he said any. So whatever this is, I don't know how anybody could, I mean, this is just such absolute nonsense. So you want me to replay your launching videos? Is that what you want me to do, and show how you're an idiot? Okay, if that's what you want me to do. I can just replay the one, right, where you're launching the things and you said it's not going twice as fast, but even though I compressed the spring twice as much, or whatever the hell it was. Yeah, it's a half mass, and it wasn't going twice as fast, and you had to give it extra to make it go twice as fast, and then you got a result of 14. And my prediction was 12, and your prediction was 16. And you got the answer of 14. You want me to replay that video? Oh, amazing. Answer, because I already did it and came out with a perfect. So this is lie. Lie, 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 lie. Okay. Which means there is literally nothing he can do to improve it. Nothing. So it's just amazing that he could lie like this. He has a video, okay, where he has something going twice as fast, that's half the mass, and then a full mass going half the speed. And he has them crash into a fucking spring. And the fact is, he got an answer that's impossible. It's neither kinetic energy or momentum is conserved. Neither one. Proving he sucks at doing experiments. Alright. Oh, it's almost like, why am I bothering? This is so stupid. I mean, he's not on the subject. Can you read this shit? Let's see, I guess I can move that over. It's still not enough margin. Well, too bad. Okay. Let's see. The only way he could get half the mass to go twice as fast is by weighing it and wrongly guessing a quarter mass. So he's saying a lever can't do this basic function that he already showed in his own video at doing. So he puts a lever on a spring, gives it the same compression, and he gets the result of 11 and 19, which is pretty close to 2 to 1. You have to admit, that's pretty close to 2 to 1. A quarter mass will go 2x faster and further, says you. A half mass won't. It will go 1.4 and no more. So he did the experiment. So he's fucking saying that 19 is 1.4 of 11. No, it isn't, retard. It's like 1.7, fuckhead. Alright, so 1.8. So your own experiment proves you wrong. Oh, amazing. That destroys his claim. See, so more just amazing that he can just lie about the crap he has done. The fucking lies about his fucking experiments that are all a pile of shit. But we would spot it a mile off. The point he was being dishonest would... The proof he was being dishonest would be if he got the half mass to go faster than 1.4. So he really doesn't think a lever can do basic momentum conversions. So unlike Julius Sumner, for example, Professor Julius Sumner, he doesn't think so. He doesn't think that big V and little m can be converted into big M and little v. He doesn't think that happens, that you can't conserve momentum. We would then know that he's either slowed down or half mass weakened the launch, what all this, or pretending. So again, he's saying the lever can't do this basic function. And it really is just a basic conservation of momentum function. When I think most physicists would say, sure, theoretically, you could use a lever to make the gun in the bullet. You could have the recoil of the gun on one side of the lever, and you could have the bullet on the other side of the lever, and that could make sense. Amazing. So he would have to buy some scales and prove the masses. So again, this is more irrelevant. He probably wouldn't even spend $1, that's right. Sorry to repeat myself, but he needs to address this with his own version of that simple experiment. Why would I do an experiment that theoretically only has one possible outcome? It's theoretically impossible, okay, for you to do the experiment, come out with any other answer. If you actually do launch a half mass off a cliff, okay, at twice the speed, it will have to go twice as far. There's no other choice. Alright. Here it is again, already being done. There's no need for most people to watch it again. I don't even know what that is. Oh, here's blobs of clay. He could make the masses out of blobs of clay, plasticine, Play-Doh, if he doesn't want to invest in ball bearing nuts or anything else. I don't even know why would I do that. They need to hit and get rid of their energy. I don't need them to deform permanently. But yes, maybe I'll do some Play-Doh experiments actually, just to point out that Ian Gosling is a pathetic cheater. And stop making excuses that my gimmicky bits poking fun at him, excuses for witnessing nature as it really. So this is their new line here, witnessing nature for as it really is. So he really thinks it takes 25 times the fuel to go 5 times as fast. He believes with his heart. Yeah. So I don't know what this little bit in the end. It's time we saw his version of the simplest experiment he proposed. So again, I just don't know why he's harping about an experiment that was, the whole point of it was to prove the impossibility of your experimental theory, that you could somehow prove something by launching things at these velocities, because the outcome would be inevitable and undeniable, and momentum would be conserved. The distance would be twice the distance, not 4 times the distance. Too stupid. Alright, I'll check the rest of these comments. Well, this Piro comment should be worth a read. One thing I've discovered after this long exchange, so there hasn't been any real exchange between me and you, right? You make these little raggy shit comments, you don't do anything, you can't respond to any of those 5-minute videos, you haven't made any video on an actual physics subject at all. All you've done is made insults, like this, on physics, that denying modern physics. So yeah, I do deny a lot of things physicists say. I don't think subatomic particles have ESP. I don't think they're in non-positions. I don't think they're in superpositions. I don't think one electron is changing, warping in time to make everything in the universe happen. I think that is all the silliest nonsense almost you could conceive of, and I'm just amazed that you fucking morons fall for this crap with zero evidence. That you actually believe this horse shit, this made up crap, holographic black hole singularity shit. I mean, you're just such fucking morons and idiots to fall for this shit. Absolute, unproven, undemonstrated, unevidenced shit. It's as bad as Leibniz. You might as well. I mean, Piro probably does believe in solitons and monads, whatever the fuck those would be. He thinks things are spiritual. He does have some sort of shapeshifter bullshit philosophy. He thinks he's a magic being. He really thinks he's some kind of unicorn. Is that denying modern physics leads to denying all physics. So where exactly is the example of me denying all physics when I talk about Galileo being right and Descartes being right and Newton being right? So just another lie. Let's see. We are now at the point where his denial of the woo-woo phantasmagoricalist of general relativity. Yes, of course, the relativity arguments are silly. The fact that there's no absolute real space and real distance and real time is absolute crap. There's no reason for any rational person to believe that nothing is actually standing still in the universe, that there's no such thing as a standstill position in the universe, that somehow everything in the universe has to be in warp drive. No, it's just not true. And quantum mechanics has turned into the need to deny the formula for acceleration. So there's no formula for acceleration that has any relevance or meaning to anybody who has a thinking mind. I mean, if it was meaningful, why wouldn't it exist somewhere where somebody could say, yes, per second, per second? Why would somebody say per second, per second? That's your formula. Your formula is a pointless exaggeration of something's meaning. I mean, it's clearly just a change in your velocity, and it's a ratio, the same as the ratio for the velocity itself. The change looks just like the actual thing you're changing. That's how change works. You're taking a piece of it out. There's no formula for acceleration. To draft is controversial acceleration. I just don't understand why you think if I change my velocity by 3 meters per second, that I should somehow square the 3 meters or square the seconds. Why should I do either one? What's the reasoning for it? There's no reasoning. There's no reason to think it's really 9 meters, or there's no reason to think it's really 4 seconds when, no, I said it was 2 seconds. Anything post-Newton is heresy to him. It's not heresy. It's retarded, wooey religion. The fact he doesn't believe in potential energy. So again, whatever that even means. What do you think potential energy is? So there's a boat on the side of a river. Will he respond to any of this? No. I have a boat sitting on the side of a river. Does it really make any sense for me to say the boat has potential energy? No. Of course it doesn't make any sense. It doesn't have any energy. It's not doing anything. It's just sitting there. And I put it in the river and it starts moving with the stream. And I can see that the stream is actually I can calculate that the stream is now moving a little bit slower. So why would I conclude that anything other than happened than, okay, I put the boat in the stream, it absorbed some of the energy the stream had, and now the boat's moving. But it didn't move for free. It moved because it absorbed energy from the stream. What's wrong with that vision of reality? Oh, that's right, there's nothing wrong with it. There is no potential energy. You can only tap active places where energy has been stored. So energy can either be stored or it can be zooming right by you like a bullet. And you can either stick something in front of the bullet and absorb the energy, or you can go find the place where the bullets are going in circles and you can let them loose like a nuclear bomb. Anyway, potential energy is enough as well. He thinks energy stored in springs is momentum. Yeah, I think all energy comes down to mass moving. And that's the only way you make something move, is something that is already moving has to hit it. Yeah. Momentum is a quantity for the units of mass and direction. So whatever that means. Kinetic energy is made out of mass and direction. The very thing you just said here, mass and direction, that's exactly what kinetic energy has at its core. So I don't think you mocking it makes much sense, retard. Okay, it's describing how long it moves. It's not energy. So more baby talk. So this is Pirro's response. Let's see. He's well before Newton now. So that's a lie. So clearly they keep lying about what Newton's physics said. So Newton overtly said right there in the second law, you want to go twice as fast, you apply twice the force. You want to go 3 times as fast, you apply 3 times the force. No squared rule at all. An overt counter argument was made by Newton. Not believing in units and denying the units of acceleration. Some more bullshit about how I don't think units exist. Another just a silly lie, or what they mean. I mean, this is on the record, okay? This is all they got. So in response to all the videos I've made, all these specific arguments I've made, where I've never denied the existence of units or the importance of recognizing that you have to have standard quantities to compare things with, I mean, this is all they can do, is make up these fake lies. Time is related to distance in a particular way. Well, says you. So I've made this simple argument. Will you counter it somewhere? Here's a gravitational body. Here's a distance I'm going to travel. I'm going to be affected this way. I'm going to move in this direction a different amount depending on how fast I move this distance. The distance is shit. The time is all that matters. How much time am I in the gravity? That's what the facts indicate, you liar. Alright, in the unit analysis for reasons explained by Newton, so that's a lie, okay, that Newton in any way defended any squared functions, so lie some more, liar. Okay, and his mathematical approach to physics. So again, it's just a huge, giant lie to say Newton had any sympathy or that he was at all inclined to believe that there's any reason at all to believe in something other than momentum as energy in the universe. All right, this can only end up in one way. Eventually, it will be 1 + 1 physics. Well, that would be perfect. Oh, see there, you had to use my goddamn fucking name again. I mean, why did they have to resort to that? See, just shows how petty these people are. They can't do anything, okay, within any kind of reasonable boundaries. Because they're unreasonable. That's the whole point. They're fanatics. They're jihadists. These are just jihadists. Physics jihadists. Because they want to believe in warp drive. I don't know exactly why they do this. I mean, I really don't know why people gravitate to this sissy shit, physics. Okay? I don't know whether it's like some hidden gay thing or whatever the fuck it is. I don't know. But I mean, clearly it's poofy. Girly, it's pink, it's just so fucking queer. I'm sorry, but what's the why? What is it? What is it? Just some hidden reveal that, I mean, it used to be that like 10% of men didn't have a dick, and now like 90% don't want to have a dick anymore. I just, I can't imagine what the fuck's going on. I mean, why is everything turning into this fucking fairy tale shit? I mean, it's just so fucking, it's not even, I'm sorry, this doesn't really have to do with men and women. It just has to do with fucking 10-year-old girls. And, because that's all this could appeal to. I mean, what is this crap? Physics, this magical, the particles know what each other is doing, and ooh, it's so exciting. Oh God! I mean, it's just shit. Oh, I just don't get it. I just don't understand what the fuck is wrong with you people. All right. Anyway, oh, enough. Yeah, the comments are all just trashy, one-line fucking bullshit. So, ugh, puke. So, till the next time and such and so forth and whatnot. I mean, I don't, I'm just saying, we're sitting here saying, okay, well, yeah, this doesn't sound too tricky. Let's see, it takes 9 times the fuel to go 3 times as fast, and it takes 16 times the fuel to go 4 times as fast. Yeah, they should have that proof somewhere. They should be able to show us some indication, at least, that that's true, right? Some little thing that's like close to us, showing us something like it. And they have nothing. In 300 years, there's nothing. I mean, I honestly can't point you to some kind of really good experiment. I mean, yes, they have this little air tracky thing where they create a little bit of free momentum, and yeah, I'm saying it looks pretty suspicious to me, so let's not bother with that crappy experiment. But other than that, where do they have any evidence at all for the 1/2 mv²? Where have they ever measured the joules of energy? They just claim they exist. They never measure them. They just tell you it has all this special super energy. They don't show it actually doing any more work. I mean, even the case of the bullet, they don't even go the trouble to, shoot the bullet into a water and see how hot it makes the water, and then shoot the recoiling gun into the water and see if it makes the water any hotter. They don't do anything to prove this nonsense. And I have to make these aggressive arguments in defense of, well, maybe you should think again. If they don't have any evidence, then why is this a thing? Why is this even something to be argued if they're presenting no physical evidence? Isn't it just a religion? Why should I listen to the Muslims, or why should I listen to the Catholics? Why should I listen to any of these assholes who have no evidence? Just a story they're going to tell me. Oh, fuck.